Welcome everybody to your Wednesday night CEA Siege match. I'm Kingdom Domachai here with.
I'm Seismic Viking.
We have an exciting open league game coming to you tonight with University of Maryland Baltimore County B team versus Central Maine Community College A team. And we're going to get right into it here very shortly. I'm personally excited. What about you?
Yeah, I'm very interested in the outcome of this map. Both teams didn't take a loss last week, so they're looking to bounce back from what are obviously disappointing showings. Our first map, I believe, is going to be Clubhouse, which was the pick of Central Maine Community College, so we'll see how they elect to take that map. We'll be starting on the attack after UMBC decided to defend first on Clubhouse, which is no surprise. But yeah, in a little bit we should get into it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Again, a little bit of standings before we get into it. In the division for this open league match, Baltimore Baltimore County is sitting at eighth last in their division at an 0-3 record, while Maine is sitting at 1-2, currently sixth in their division, both in the bottom half, but it is only week 4. They do have time to make up and get some wins. One team is hopefully going to win tonight, and we'll see which team it is. We still got 12 rounds to play potentially for each map.
Yeah, one thing you definitely want to in the position of these teams, you want to be able to take home a full win today. Those 3 points will be definitely beneficial in starting to climb towards the upper levels of this group when you are sitting at 6th and 8th. You got to take a win here if you want even a shot at making playoffs at this point.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Both teams are going to be looking to get the total win tonight, which means they're going to have to win both maps and not give up any ties. And that's definitely going to be exciting. As I haven't seen either of these teams play, but I hope the game's going to be pretty close.
The biggest issue with taking all of the points for this map, I think, is the Clubhouse map pick, as you typically see teams take standard 4-2 halves when you are starting on the defending side. So if both teams have a solid defense and they simply trade the rounds that they're supposed to, as both these teams do look pretty evenly matched, then we could see a tie right off the bat, which both teams do not want. But once again, excited to get into it. We should be had a little bit of minor technical difficulties, but we should be getting into it fairly soon.
Yeah, so once again, we are starting on Clubhouse. Map 1 picked by Central Maine. They are going to be attacking first, and then after that, in a brief intermission, we will be coming to Bank, which is Baltimore County's pick, and they are going to be attacking first. So both teams are attacking first on their map pick. The other team opting to defend first. Definitely a smart choice on maps such as Bank and Clubhouse. Yeah, as you said, a lot of teams go at least a 4-2 split. That's the ideal defense on Clubhouse and Bank.
Yeah,
And it
and
looks like we are getting into our first map here. Everyone is ready. Both teams have given the signal, and we are going into Clubhouse.
now with Clubhouse, this map as a whole has sort of stagnated in terms of the meta. You tend to see teams try to take it in the same way over and over. Like all the strategies are pretty set in stone at this point. So we'll see if anything interesting pops out. We are of course going to start here on Clubhouse with the operator bans. So we'll see if we see anything crazy right off the bat.
Map 1 Clubhouse. We will see probably some common bans here. We're going to have UM Ireland banning first. Going to be banning away an attacker. Already locking in that ban pretty early on. Looks like they're going to ban Maverick. Definitely a smart ban.
Yeah, Maverick, very solid operator on this map, specifically because 2 of the bomb sites have big walls that can be Maverick tricked open, essentially for free if you know what you're doing. CMCC on the other hand is going to take away the Thatcher, which as a whole, those 2 attacking bans already give such a strong advantage to the defense in terms of keeping their reinforcements solid and just boxing the attackers out. So we'll see if CMCC is able to overcome that issue on their map pick.
It looks like they're going to opt to ban Echo. Very common ban here. As you're saying that, Maverick Thatcher ban combo is going to make sites such as CCTV cache room nearly impossible to open up without taking some of the first floor, second floor map control. And you can't just Maverick trick or use your EMPs from Thatcher. The final ban here is going to come from Maryland. Going to opt to ban Valkyrie.
Yeah, pretty solid defender bans. You always see those strong info operators such as Echo, Valkyrie, and Maestro and Mira as some the major targets of bans, but this time Echo, Valkyrie won't be seeing them around. Are going to see them go down to Arsenal and Church first. Typically regarded as one of the stronger sites on this bomb on this map, excuse me. But yeah, nothing too crazy so far in terms of operator lineups. You will be seeing the side of CMCC take the double hard breach, which is not crazy on this map. You always want to be able to open as much as you can here on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the Kide pick by Ghosty Wosty on Baltimore side because without Thatcher or Maverick, they're not going to have any chance to contest those electric claws. They're going to have Twitch possibly waste a drone droning out those hatches, and that can be definitely costly using that utility up just to get a hatch open.
Yeah, and the Mute and the Vigil in tandem are part of the sort of evolving meta that we've seen so far with the trying to slow down the offensive side droning. Typically you see a Mozzie brought as well, but the side of UMBC electing to not bring that this time, as I believe the Mute and the Vigil will be enough to waste as much time as they need.
10 seconds to go.
Baltimore is going to opt for a pretty standard hold, I'd say. They're putting most of their operators on the basement floor. They do have Vigil roaming. Yeah, going to be camping up in that second floor office, going to be peering down in the kitchen. A very common site hold that we see a lot here at CEA.
Yeah, we'll see if UMBC is prepared for it. Just some last minute preparation being done by the Kaid over towards that blue side. And on the side of the attackers, they're just going to start to get their preliminary droning in, take their map control, and start to clear the entire map so they can work down in the safest way possible. You see Travis Gaming able to get his drone out of blue, away from danger of that Mute, and start to bring it over towards the top floor in this garage area, just so we can get the entire map cleared out.
Yeah, they already have control of garage in terms of intel. However, they're going to have to deal with that Vigil sitting second floor. They haven't even started to make a push on him yet. They might be trying to push oil blue side, but currently they need to get some control there. Ooh, Mickey is going to take the first pick onto Lamau.
It seemed like droning wasn't super solid there as Mickey D was able to stay over towards that CC side. But on the other side, Blitz Badger is able to get that pick over on that Vigil. It seems like Mickey D and Blitz are going to come to heads fairly soon, and Blitz is going to take that, picking up a nice double kill, and that's the roam presence gone. However, we have seen a minute 15 burned off the clock, so it's not the worst thing for the defenders, but their anchors are definitely going to have to put in work, with a lot of time left for the attackers and a man advantage for them.
Yeah, but without that Twitch, they're going to have to figure out a way around those hatches, as those are not going to get open anytime soon. Blue Jay currently camping on the central stairs, trying to figure out a way down, away from their team. Kind of just playing around, going to rotate through stocks, or possibly out to dirt. No, it's going to go back in the kitchen.
Yeah, electing to try and open up that hatch, it seems like, as most of the attacking side is starting to rotate over towards the pool bar side, and maybe try to go for a main stairs take into church. We're going to see Blitz Badger start to open up the floor here, see if he can pressure the anchors from this vertical play and get maybe a couple cheeky picks through those little tight angles you see over the church wall.
Yeah, with 45 seconds left of the round, they have decent control of the first floor. They just have to start making a push onto the basement. They have control of the hatch, I believe, which is very nice. Yes, hatch is open. As C-Vent is going to try to counter Blue Jay, but not going to really find anything. They're kind of just hoping to catch one another out as Blue Jay is lucking through the kitchen down to the basement floor.
It's a little less than 30 seconds left, and the attackers still have not made any major push. You see all the defenders here still with all their utility. You got Crutus next here with that SAS shotgun with only 15 seconds left, just waiting to pump the first person who comes in here. We'll see he is able to get the kill on Travis as C-Vens pops in on the other side. This looked like a pretty solid round already stuffed out.
Bomb diffuser.
And that's going to be UMBC able to win off the time with a little bit of couple kills there at the end, just to stuff out the final push.
Yeah, definitely picking up that first round. Definitely very helpful to get their momentum up. They won the site. Very strong defender side at site. Now they're going to go CCTV cash room. This is going to be definitely interesting to watch, especially because, as you said, during the ban phase, they don't have Thatcher or Thermite, so main's going to have to work around Thatcher or Maverick. They're going to have to work around those bans now.
Now, there are definitely ways to counter the bandit trick on this main CC wall, primarily through either Bucking or Zofia charging the floor right next to that wall. Shouldn't be too difficult, but it does require some coordination as well as droning to make sure those people pressuring the floor
Defenders
are
protect
safe
the
from
bomb
the area
diffuser
around
used
them.
by attackers.
So we'll see how the attacking side is able to try and keep those players safe.
Yeah, it's definitely doable, but it requires a lot more skill and a lot more danger. As you said, they're gonna have to make sure that no one is gonna flank their support while they try to open up that wall, and that could definitely cost them the round if they're not too careful. We are gonna see pretty similar lineup coming out from both sides. We are gonna have a Maestro instead of a Kite here, as we are gonna have Paredes pick up the Bandit.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see any shifting from the attacking side itself. Typically with a map like Clubhouse, there's so much utility that you want to bring, as you want to have double hard breachers, you want to have vertical play with that Buck, as well as any soft destruction you can get with that Zofia. And then your last operator, you can kind of flex it around, but the Twitch is a solid option, just some more gadget destruction. But the defending side is where they'll be able to maybe make some changes, but their defenders currently seem pretty solid with what they're bringing.
Yeah, Twitch is definitely going to help. It's going to take out... Ooh, just missed the Bandit Charge, I believe. Not quite able to get it, as Paredes is going to pick up the first Twitch drone. Travis is going to try to open up that wall. Baltimore does get the Bandit Trick off. That is one exothermic down.
Yeah, we're not really seeing any coordination from the side of CMCC to try and get that bandit trick away from any other way. They're just electing to try and zap away all of his batteries, which could work, but it's much riskier than a strategy such as going through the CC window itself or even from below.
Yeah, they're in a pretty dangerous spot here, as they only have one Twitch drone left, one exothermic, and not only that, but they have to deal with the Vigil roaming deep towards Strip Club's side. They're going to have to deal with that roam. We see Heck there watching for that, but they can't watch it for too long, as Neil is going to be sitting in bathroom.
They do have pretty solid control over towards this construction side. As you see, 3 players stacked up here. Blue Jay on the Habana is going to start to try and open up that wall. Thermite Charge as well is going to open up the CC wall, so you see Kratos next start to make his way over towards construction and try and challenge this map control that has been got from the other side. Heck with a nice kill on CQF Neil, not able to land the headshot on the side of the Vigil. As Travis Gaming chimes in with another over towards that CC side off that rappel. We're already starting to see the defense fall apart.
Main's looking a lot better here, as they have both sides of site open. And they now have 2 operators down. Kratos is going to be under fire. Not going to take any shots, but, there's not much room left for them to go.
Yeah, and it looked like the Habana herself still waiting for the call that it might be okay to go for the defuse. But with that bandit still playing in the cash room, not for long though, as Blue Jay is able to take that kill. Mickey D is on the flank as Stevens gets one with the shotgun, but it's quickly traded out by Travis Gaming. And it's down to a 1v4 for Mickey D. He's able to get one off the back and stops the fuse plant. It is recovered by Travis, and the prone play from the side of Blitz Badger is going to lock that.
Yeah, Blitz Badger going to tie it up for the team, putting them at 1-1 in terms of the round score. Definitely playing very well around the fact that they had 2 very strong hard reach support operators banned there. Definitely well played, especially with the split push and countering that bandit trick. We're actually going to see Baltimore go with Jim Bedroom instead of trying for cash again. What do you think is the reason behind this pick?
Well, when you are a team that is proficient in Clubhouse, as most teams in CEA are. It's a fairly common staple of the map pool. The 3 sites between basement, CCTV, and gym are all pretty playable. The only site you're really not go to is the bar stock site itself. So, not the weirdest thing in the world, and maybe they're hoping to catch the side of CMCC unaware by switching up the map picks even after just one failure.
Yeah, I mean, they are bringing the castle, which is a pretty strong indicator, I'd say, that you're going to go that gym bedroom. Is a lot of teams in Invite and Open League opt to bring that and really try to shut down and extend their sight towards cash. And we'll probably see that here. Neil is also definitely going to try to use those castle barricades to protect the bandit and the bandit trick on that west wall at the balcony.
And we're seeing over on the side of the CC and cash part of the map that it's a pretty clear indicator that we're going to have a sort of extended anchor hold.
10 seconds.
As with that amount of reinforcements being put down over towards that CC wall, it indicates that you're going to have a player in there trying to just hold that side of the map with his life, and just try to waste as much time as possible by delaying the site clear from the attack.
Yeah, main is going to start their approach. Already have Lamau droning in. Sees electrical cloud. We'll get it down already. That is one electrical cloud down for Baltimore, as Travis is going to come and open up into CCTV.
Now we are seeing it clear down towards this dirt tunnel, which may seem weird, but it's not that crazy, as you can commonly get a peek from that side towards the jacuzzi balcony, as well as just clearing out the bottom floor is never the worst thing to do. Don't want to leave any defenders hiding in little rat spots, but nobody seems to be down on that bottom floor for now, and it is a pretty big commitment by the attackers. I already wasted a minute and haven't even made their way to the ground floor.
Yeah, we do have Travis finally opening up into CCTV. Gonna know that there are one, possibly two defenders in that cache site. Mickey D is gonna start to fire from below, trying to get out the drone. Not gonna be successful, as Main now knows that there's a defender on that central stairwell.
Yeah, it looks like the first point of contention is going to be between these two attackers and Mickey D on the main staircase. Now, the main stairs is a pretty important spot of contention for attacking this site, because when you control that, you can control the rotates from the jacuzzi wall as well as out of the logistics office. But right now, it seems that both attackers are going to fall off from contesting that immediately. It's a little less than half the round remains, and still not a whole lot of pressure has been applied from the attackers. But as I say, that Blitz Badger comes in with a nice nade kill on the side of Mickey D.
That's definitely going to help, as that is the Jaeger down, and pretty much the line of defense they had on that central stairs. Ghosty Wosty is going to be actually under a lot of fire behind that cache desk. Lamau is going to take a lot of shots as Travis finishes off Ghosty Wosty, as Neil responds, picking off Lamau.
Now, obviously there's a pretty solid man advantage for the side of CMCC, but the health advantage, well, wasn't in the favor of them, but Crutus next is able to get one, not able to get the next. Cvens looks for the shotgun pump, but he's not going to get it, as a flurry of kills from Blue Jay and Travis Gaming lock out the round in favor of CMCC, giving them their second attacking round of the half.
Yeah, they're already doing good. We talked about before the game that 4-2 split is what you want, and Maine has already hit the 2 that they're technically required to get to theoretically, statistically tie up the map. They're already ahead of that. They've won 2 of the 3 rounds so far, and we're going to go back to Church Arsenal, though, which is a site that they did not attack successfully. What do you think they're going to try to change up here to really get this round win?
So it seemed like their take towards this site was not lazy, but it was sort of sluggish. They wasted a lot of time just sort of walking around on that middle floor of Clubhouse, and then when it came down to it, they just couldn't get past these anchors without losing 1 or 2 members, and then by the time they reached the bomb site, they didn't even have enough time to plant. So they'll just want to pick up the pace, show that efficiency that they've showed in these last 2 rounds, and try to hammer away at this bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, this bomb site is a site a lot of teams like to really only play 1-2 roamers max and have everyone else on site. You could theoretically play it with 5 and possibly be fine. Just depends on the team comp and whatnot. We are going to see Neil probably going to be camping upstairs back in that second floor office. I would not be surprised if that's where they're planning on going next. Looking like a similar hold, very similar if not identical loadout to the first round for both teams.
Yeah, both teams know what they want to bring for this bomb site, and well, it'll just come down to execution. As last time, it was clear that UMBC had the better, but we'll see if CMCC has some little adjustments that they've made in the speed of their clear.
Yeah, I mean, as you're saying, this is a staple map in CEA. A lot of teams pick this on, last Wednesday we saw Banking Clubhouse, exact same. We saw it last Thursday too. It's a pretty common pick for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are comfortable, especially after the rework. So we're going to really come down to who can execute better, who can win their gunfights. The teams know the strats. That's not the question. It's whether they can execute the strats and really just win their gunfights.
Yeah, it seems like they have an idea of Neil being in this logistics office, and they want to see if Blitz can burst through that wall and try to get a nice little opening pick. It's the same room setup that we saw in the first part of the map, so maybe that's why the side of CMCC is clued in on this, as they seem to be aware of these roamers' positions currently. However, Mickey D is going to get that first kill over on Lamau.
Yeah, Baltimore is going to pick up very first opening pick. As Mickey D is going to get a double kill, taking out Blue Jay, but it's going to be refragged by Blitz. However, Blitz still has to deal with Neil in that office, going to impact near Hex. Blitz is going to take him down, put him back at a 3v3.
Yep. Pretty solid play by both those roamers. If you're losing your Jaeger and Vigil and still getting a hard breacher off the board, as well as the only real gadget destruction that the side of CMCC is bringing, then you've done your job, honestly. It's down to the anchors to just hold those tight angles and win those advantage gunfights when they get the chances. Right now, it doesn't seem like CMCC is going to be able to open up any of this bomb site.
They do still have the buck, and Blitz is going to open up some of that floorboard, possibly getting an angle on a Credis if they're not careful. Ghosty and C just hanging out towards blue side in Arsenal. No one's coming yet with only 53 seconds left in the round. They still have to make a push down to the first floor.
Yeah, it looks like he will be trying to plant the thermite charge down, and it will get impact tricked away. Good play by C-Vens there. Travis Gaming looking like he's going to go for the next one as well. We'll see if the impact trick is successful, and it is not, and that Arsenal hatch will be opened up. That puts C-Vens in a unenviable spot, trapped in that upper corner. However, with those mutes down, the attackers might not be aware of his position. You might be able to get a cheeky kill or two.
Yeah, Heck is going to try to take out Ghosty in blue. It's going to be a little tall order as it's like impact is going out. Ooh! Close fight as Travis is going to take out Stevens. Main looks like they might have this as Heck is pushing up pretty fast. It's going to actually take down Ghosty Wilson, leaving it all up to Crudis. Is not going to be able to get the clutch.
Oh, but they
actually
hit the bomb.
Diffuser was not planted.
If what I was hearing was correct, I imagine the thermite when he dropped and when there was only like 3 or 4 seconds left, that there might have been a goo mine in his foot and he might have been unable to plant. As Stevens did get picked, but he was still able to be alive long enough to put down all of his lesion mines. So good play in the end there by the side of UMBC, waiting out the timer and able to secure their second round win.
Yeah, definitely called it a little too soon on my part. That was very close. Definitely Legion coming in for the clutch there, stopping that diffuser from going down. We are going back to CCTV cash room. This was won by Maine the last time. It is 2-2. They would love to go into this half with at least 3 points on the board. That would be very ideal for them, as they only have to defend. They only have to hold up to that 4-2 in order to get the win.
Yeah, Of course, we say win kind of tongue-in-cheek. Like, obviously, there can be pretty solid attacking halves had by teams on this map. However, statistics show that it is generally defender-sided, so if you're able to get 3 attacking rounds, you just put yourself in a much better position to try and win the map.
Yeah, I mean, they still have to beat Baltimore on cash a second time, which, depending on how they adapt, could prove difficult if main strategy is adapted to by Baltimore. And you never know. Teams sometimes adapt very well, sometimes don't. We'll see here, as I think really they're going to be looking for that split push again.
Yeah, a lot of what happened last time that CMCC was attacking this map was UMBC had a bunch of minor execution errors, such as there was an easy bandit trick missed by Crutus over towards that main CC wall. And those things, like, all those minor errors just kind of built up, and in the end led to a pretty solid take by the side of CMCC. So, if they're able to capitalize on mistakes or even play more aggressively and make their own openings, then I imagine CMCC will be able to take this round again.
We already have some close standoffs here, as we have a little bit of standoff between the Twitch and the Bandit, trying to get those out. Blue Jay does know that there is someone up here, as a drone will just spot Ghosty with the Maestro sitting on that catwalk. Not too much else going on. Minute in the round already. However, Heck is going to see Neil using the ERC-7, the cloak from the drones. Kind of ironic that he is going to be spotted because of that.
Yeah, it's an interesting switch up to bring the IQ instead of the Zofia. I would have liked to see IQ Zofia instead of IQ Twitch, but obviously more comfortable with the Twitch itself. The IQ is being brought as a direct counter to this Vigil, as she's able to keep track of him from so far away, as you can see. And now it seems like the attackers have an idea, and Blitzbadger unfortunately misses the shots over on Mickey D, and Neil is able to punish him for that. Unfortunate for him. Heck trying to see if he can get an angle through that main stairs, but on the other side, Lamau is going to take off the head of Ghosty up on that balcony, bringing us to a 4v4. Make that a 3v4 as Heck chimes in with that kill on the Vigil.
Yeah, Maintenance getting some good picks. Having that Maestro down is definitely very detrimental to the late game play for Baltimore. UMBC is definitely going to have to make up that operator advantage, as they are now down 1. Make that 2 as Travis Gaiman picks up Mickey D. It's only left to Credis and Stevens. Make that Stevens as Blue Jay takes down Credis. Stevens standing on the eastern stairs, getting shot at from pretty much every direction.
Yeah, we are seeing the plant go down by Blue Jay, and it doesn't seem like Stevens is going to be able to get his gas canisters in a position to stop that. Stevens does get one on Lamau as the push comes in, and he gets a second on Heck, and this is suddenly a lot more doable. Might have been able to see that thermite cross, but we're not sure just yet. Stevens is going to move to start smoking off that diffuser itself. Blue Jay working in from the garage balcony as Stevens looks to try and see if he can get any angles on some aggressive attackers. Goes for the vault, and Blue Jay gets him from the garage window, bringing CMC to a 3-2 lead on their attacking half.
That's definitely very nice for them. Very close round. How good showing from Stevens there. Pulling it down from a 1v4 to a 1v2. Very hard to win those clutch situations, so you cannot blame them for not pulling out with that one. Also, well played by Maine. Coming back, Baltimore had the opening pick, yet CMC clawed their way back and got the round one, putting them at 3-2, possibly 4-2 if they win this next one. We are going to go back to Gym Bedroom.
Yeah, I think that opening pick stat is a little bit misleading, as you saw the opening pick come in response to a whiffed shot from the side of Blitz. Now, if he had gotten that, obviously it would have been the opening pick, and as well as missing that kill, opened him up to a flank opportunity from the Vigil. And when the Vigil flanked that far, the 2 roamers with the Jaeger and the Vigil were a little bit overextended and were able to get pinched on collapsed from both the Thermite and I believe the Zoff, or the IQ. I'm not 100% sure on who got those kills, but Regardless, another round in the bag for CMCC, and we'll see if they're able to keep up their attacking prowess on the second floor over towards the side of Jim.
Yeah, and going back to that opening pick stack, I do agree. If it's because last round we saw Baltimore get the opening pick, but CMC instantly got the refrag, and it's situations like that where it really comes down to which operators you lost. You know, losing a thermite to a mute is not as detrimental as losing, you know, an Ash to a Maestro. It just depends on the utility you lose, and that's one thing that makes team comps and what operator you play and where you play definitely unique, because you have to be very careful with what operators you lose right away.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to see unfortunate miss of the Twitch drone by Lamau, not able to get through that CC drone hole and zap the Electro Claw like last time. Blitz Badger working in from the other side, not electing to go for their dirt push this time, as they're taking an angle of attack that's a little bit closer to the bomb site.
Both those bandit chargers are going to go down as Lamau picks up both of them with the Twitch drone. Predator, however, is going to be sitting with one more shock wire over by the jacuzzi. Ooh, they are actually already in cash area, as Ghosty is going to try to contest that outside. Travis is in a bad spot here. Could possibly get one tapped by Ghosty right here.
Ghosty, with those walls soft in front of him, that leaves him much more vulnerable from the garage itself. We are going to see Mickey D swing super hard on Blue Jay, get that kill. He does get downed in return. We're going to see Blitz try to go for the flank. Actually, he seems unaware that he downed the Jaeger in the first place, which could come back to haunt the side of CMCC. We are going to see Mickey D try to crawl away, unaware if any of his teammates are going to be able to get to him in time. It doesn't seem likely so far. Ghosty Wosty trying to fight through that soft wall towards the CC side, but he's pinned behind this barricade with a little bit of support from his friend in CQF manning that UMP. Travis Gaming looks for the shots, not able to connect them, but it seems like the side of CMCC is stalling out pretty heavily.
Well, it's going to pick up Mickey D, putting it back at a tie game. Neil's going to fire a few shots, not going to hit anybody, as Blitz is thrown up central stairs. Travis trying to get and will take down Ghosty Wosty. Give them a nice advantage on site, as now there's no one in sight at all. They are just in construction and master office.
Yeah, the Jaeger did end up bleeding out on that side there. CUF Neil is going to get a kill on that Twitch of Lamau, as the remaining attackers are actually downstairs trying to get that vertical pressure, while Travis merely holds in that CC side. Heck is going to start working using his Zofia concussions to try and get back up the stairs. But these attackers are not really playing together. There's no real refrag ability currently, other than this main stairs push. As you see Travis get isolated and downed with Diffuser on the other side. Heck goes in, gets one kill on C-Vens. Looks for another, is not able to find him. Gets the kill on the Bandit, and it's a 1v1 with CQF Neil. Zofia's tries to come around the corner, but he's not going to get there in time.
Yeah, the split push there ended up failing them this time. Instead of working out like last time, is Travis getting killed with the diffuser, put the other two away on the other side, not really able to do anything. And with that, we end the first half of the map 3-3. Now we're going to see Maine go on defense, and they're going to opt to go CCTV cash room instead of basement. What do you expect these teams to pull out here based on how they've played so far?
Now, I imagine CMCC is going to be proficient in their defensive side, as this is their map pick, and typically with Clubhouse, your defending side is stronger than your attacking side. Pretty standard lineups right by both teams. This is the first time we're going to see the Cappy Tau rather than the Buck that CMCC was bringing. Very solid operator, brings a lot of utility, especially as it's not counterable by Jaegers, so you can get those smokes and firebolts down for free. We'll see how they use that execute utility towards that CC side.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, and in a little bit here, a couple weeks we'll get Omai into play, but currently new operators are not allowed to be played for at least the first season. So unfortunately, no Capital counters yet. However, we are going to see Capital and Doc come out for the first time on this map.
Yeah,
And we're going to see the castle, too, on this site, which we've not seen on this site yet.
it's a little bit more interesting of a setup. You're seeing pretty standard reinforcements, but that Maestro Cam itself at the top of the metal stairs is in a spot that I haven't seen before. I imagine it can watch the doorway as well as the metal stairs. So, interesting spot. We'll see how much intel they're able to gather from that. More castle barricades used downstairs to try and isolate the lounge area itself, as well as you're going to see Heck with the dock sort of put on an island in that balcony and just kind of left to fend for himself and waste as much time as possible.
Yeah, with the entirety of UMBC spawning at kennels, they're going to have a quick start here. It's already 25 seconds left in the round. They're kind of checking the runouts, checking that open garage door. Not seeing anything. They're going to probably Claymore off the stocks exit, maybe pushing from there, droning out to make sure no one is in lounge.
And as we see this sort of concentrated push down underneath the bomb site, it makes you kind of wonder where any of the roam pressure from the side of CMCC is, and you only see Blue Jay playing by that bedroom side. So a very close hold by the defenders right now. And that may come back to bite them, as there's been a lot of map control already gained. As you already see, Blitzbadger killed from underneath using that Zofia charge to beat the bandit trick, as Prius Next is going to get that clubhouse wall open.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. As you said, using that map control to get a kill already, especially on the bandit, that's pretty big. We are going to see Blue Jay coming from bar towards the lounge area. You see them stocking up right here. Blue Jay is actually going to get the refrag onto Mickey D. Ghosty Woosty, not quite sure where that came from. However, is going to see the kill hole being made. Definitely a potential kill from either side right there, as Ghosty Woosty is going to opt to look up the stairs instead.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seemed like Ghosty wasn't aware of Blue Jay's patience in playing that kill hole angle, because he gets a nice headshot there. And now that is going to be a man advantage for the side of the defenders, and there's only a minute left for them to try and clear out garage and make their way towards the bomb site.
They're going to have to deal with Maestro and Doc. Doc with that ACOG is definitely going to be formidable, and those Evil Eyes are not going to be too easy to deal with when it comes to operator disadvantaged plant. You're going to have to get a pick or two here if they want to have any success here. Heck is going to be camping on the garage balcony. Not going to find anyone, as Credis is looking in that direction.
Yeah, Heck's going to stim himself up and get ready for the coming pushes. There's only 30 seconds left. Starts to take some shots through that rotate hole. CQF is going to take a little bit of damage from the dock of Next, as Heck himself takes a bullet over from the breach hole. As there's so much pressure coming in towards this dock, but there's only a little bit of time remaining. CQF is going to lose all his HP, while the dock doesn't seem to care about that, in a flurry of kills from Blue Jay with Lamau tagging on, and that's going to be the round for CMCC.
Blue Jay is actually going to finish that off with a quadra kill right there, getting the first two picks, followed by two of the last three. Definitely an impressive showing. That one roamer ended up doing a lot, as UMBC really kind of lost control of the roam clear once they had that map control on that first floor and took out the bandit right away. They really didn't play into that too well in terms of making sure they weren't being flanked.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flowchart in your round, okay? You start out going towards that CC wall, and you're like, okay, we'll try to beat the bandit trick. And then they were successful. And as soon as they did that, they just stalled out. UMBC really didn't have any idea of what to do from there on. Normally you want to try and put some pressure towards that garage, but that next around a minute was just completely wasted, with Ghosty holding angles towards that metal stairs, and none of the attackers really getting done and either droning to try and make a play, or just trying to use their utility in a way to open up the bomb site even more. We are going to see for the first time, though, the Goyo brought from the side of CMCC. This is another interesting operator, as he is sort of a big drain on the soft destruction resources of the attackers, as you will see the side of UMBC try to counter that by bringing Ash and Zofia to get rid of all those shields.
Yeah, Ash is also going to be a very strong entry fragger. If Neil can really use that Ash correctly, they can get a decent early advantage, and I can help them get the control they need. This site, it's easy to get a lot of control really quick on the first floor if you roam clear efficiently. The problem is getting control of the basement floor. That's the hardest part of this site. And if they can get 1 or 2 basement picks early on, they can pretty much have the round.
Yeah, I will say bring the Twitch instead of the second hard breacher is a little bit of a bold play, as especially when you're going to use one of these thermite charges on dirt, that leaves you only one option to try and open up any of the walls over towards the basement itself or those hatches. So we'll see how the side of UMBC is able to use this limited amount of hard breach to try and bring the round to their side.
Yeah, they're going to only have one option for hatch. They're probably going to go for the kitchen one. That's the most common. However, we do have Travis Gaming sitting below there, possibly going to be looking for the impact trick later on in the round. Not much is happening a minute into the round. Stevens is droning out dirt as the rest of the team is getting pretty swift control of first floor, but with 1 minute gone, they have to hurry it up a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to see who's next looking to try and place a thermite charge on the floorboard, but it has been wisely shot up, so he is unable to do that. And unless they destroy that Electroclaw, they're not going to be able to get that hatch open. As you see Crutus start to rotate towards the Moto hatch, as there's a little bit of miscommunication of whether or not UMBC wants to use that charge on this hatch or not.
Yeah, they're spending quite a lot of time there. We lost half a minute there. Nothing really gained from the side of UMBC. They are going to open up that hatch, though, as they're trying to get control of that main hallway. As Stevens is peeking from dirt into blue, no one really there for them to get.
Yeah, I think if this round is going to go to the side of UMBC, we're probably going to have to see some big plays from the Twitch out of dirt, as that's the only alternative angle that you're seeing the attacking side of UMBC bring. And the attackers have so much trouble clearing out these anchor spots on the bomb site when you can't open up the wall or the floor, the walls or the floors as much as you would like. As you see, all of these anchors still in pretty solid spots. However, Crutus is going to get the opening pick over towards Blue Jay, as that's your Kaid gone off the bat with a really strong gun as the TCSG. Travis Gaming is going to chime in with a kill with that. Crutus low HP, fighting from inside. He will be down, not finished off just yet. His teammate on the Cappy Cow is going to try and assist him, as Heck is able to get the kill on the Twitch over towards that side. And there's a flurry of kills from behind the bar, and CMCC gets their second defending round of the half.
Yeah, Lamal did pick up a post-death double kill as both of the attackers did die at the end of the round. Definitely very close. Main picking up their 5v3 position now. Definitely very strong. They need to win 2 of the next 4 rounds in order to walk away from this with a map win. And that's pretty strong for them, considering how their season is doing pretty. They both need wins. That's what we said at the beginning. That's
Definitely.
So winning this map will be very vital to them.
However, CMCC, they're not out of it yet. At least the playoff race itself. They're sitting at 1-2, so a win here bring them to 2-2. Able to get 6 points. They would definitely be in contention if they were able to bring home their other maps. However, if the results hold true from what we've seen, and UMBC does end up taking another loss and going down to 0-4, they'd be hard-pressed to try and bring back their playoff hopes. However, we are going to see Jim, which is the weakest defending bomb site in the eyes of many, including myself, so we'll see if maybe here is where UMBC can try to gain some momentum and turn the tide in their favor.
Yeah, and when we mean weakest bomb site, we just don't even count bar stock as a bomb site, because I cannot tell you the last time I've seen Pro League, college, or really anyone ever pick that site.
The last time, I think, maybe one of the LATAM Pro League teams played, I believe INTZ maybe. Before that, it hadn't been seen in Pro League for seasons, honestly. And collegiate players have also not been too inclined to pick up that bomb site.
I personally have never seen it played. And with that, we are going to be on gym bedroom. It looks like Credis is going to be making his way towards Jacuzzi, trying to open up that wall as soon as possible. Ghosty and Neil are going to be going in from cash side, trying to take out roamers such as Blue Jay early on in the round.
We are seeing a little bit of an operator switch up from the attacking side, with the Nomad and Sledge both being brought for the first time. Nomad would be really nice for watching those flanks if the side of UMBC is able to get that map control. Mickey D with the Sledge is, after a couple difficulties, able to open up that first castle barricade. Goes for some quick peeks in case there's a defender waiting to take his head off, but for now he's just going to hold a really passive angle, see if he can get some info or maybe a cheeky kill.
And I think the Sledge pick was very smart here, especially knowing that they have to go gym bedroom. Taking up that Sledge is going to be a counter to the castle, which you pretty much always see picked here. Mickey D is going to take some pot shots in the corner, not going to find anyone as no one is there. Besides that, not much is happening as they're really just trying to get map control from those windows. They're opting to not even bother at all with cash.
You're going to see some flashbangs getting thrown in, as it'll believe it'll be a frag grenade to try and open up that castle barricade. Not sure exactly what happened there, but for now, it's just the Maestro on his cams, making sure no one's hopped in for Jim to try and go for a quick plant yet. Travis Gaming's holding a pretty passive angle over towards that Jim window itself. As the attackers are electing to mostly rotate off of there, I believe you still have the Sledge playing by that side. But other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure applied. Big D is going to throw up a frag grenade to the top of those stairs. Going to try and get a quick flank off, as the back of this castle is currently exposed, but we have no idea of the other crossfires that are currently available. Blue Jay takes some shots to the wall. Mickey D is able to get one kill, but Blue Jay is able to kill Crutus and get the diffuser down over towards the sides of Cash. Blitz Badger is able to get the refrag on the other side of the map on the Sledge, bringing it to a 4v3 in favor of the defenders.
We are coming down the wire with a 3v4 in favor of Maine, holding down a site, have the diffuser down. Blue Jay is actually going to take out Ghosty Wosty with the run out, picking up the double kill. It's all up to CQF Neil and Stevens to win this out with 15 seconds left. Not much they can do. They're going to have to play it like a team deathmatch as the diffuser is out of their reach.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds left. Blue Jay's going to go for another play. Hop out, hop back in, but that's the diffuser gotten by the Ash. Able to push in, and it's just a flurry of bullets from every angle. Blue Jay and Lamau pick up the last 2 kills to bring CMCC to map point, excuse me.
I mean, we saw this exact same thing happen when CMC attacked Jim the second time, because we saw where the split push didn't quite work out and the diffuser got downed in cash and the other operators were all the way on Jacuzzi Jim's side. And that's exactly what happened here with UMBC. They didn't have the time to rotate back, get the kills they needed, and it ended up giving Maine their 3rd round win in a row, just one more of the next 3, and they come away victorious with this map.
Yeah, so we'll see. Going back to CCTV Cash, last time they were on this bomb site, it was a pretty solid showing from them. After beating the Bandit trick very effectively by the side of UMBC, UMBC just kind of stalled out. We'll see if they're able to get their push a little bit more focused and bring it to 4-6. However, they have a very tall order here, as they have to win a combination of CCTV and Arsenal at least 3 times before they'll be able to bring this map to a draw.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be very difficult for them. It is important to notice that the most UMBC can do now is tie this map up 6-6. We do not go into overtime here at CEA. The max rounds is 12, but that's all UMBC needs to do here is get this tie, so they will not get a total loss here tonight, depending on how map 2 goes. Regardless, there's still 3, possibly 2, possibly 1 rounds left to play. We're getting right into the next round, potentially the last one. It is match point for CMCC.
Yeah, we're seeing UMBC go back to a very standard lineup, bringing some soft breach, 2 hard destructors, that vertical destruction with those frag grenades, and some sort of flex operator, which Capital brings a lot of utility, so no surprise seeing that brought. The other side, CMCC, is bringing what they brought last time, and intending to just play it like they played it last time. Try to just get huge flanks from Blue Jay, and just kind of hold the round out.
Yeah, Baltimore's definitely going to have to be on the lookout for Blue Jay. Getting the quadra killed last time they went to the site. Definitely someone you want to watch out for now. They do have a decent hold on that eastern stairs here with Travis with the castle sitting at the top. They have Heck once again at the catwalk / balcony in garage, looking pretty similar to last time.
Now we will see the rotate down to underneath this CC wall in order to maybe get some frag grenades to try and stop this bandit trick. Now, if any information can be had on this bandit, he's currently on his cam, and he's going to take a little bit of damage from that explosion. Peering down through those holes, looking to try and get a kill on this Zofia. Exchanges a few bullets, but isn't able to get any kills yet. You'll see Ghosty lose the fight to Travis Gaming, who was actually watching to the bottom of metal stairs. Mickey D is able to get the frag grenade to knock off the bandit batteries, but unfortunately for Blitzbagger, even though he does get the kill on the sledge underneath, he's not able to save the wall. However, at this point, he's done his job fantastically and brought this this round to a 5-3 advantage for the side of the CMCC defenders.
Yeah, Blitzbadger realizing that he's not going to be fooled by the same thing twice is going to take out the two attackers, but Credis is going to give them a run for their money as sitting behind that server wall. Ooh, Stevens is going to take out Heck, making it a better chance for UMBC here as that Doc is off the board. The stims are gone, and same with that ACOG. They are going to respond again. Credis getting the double kill onto Travis. Definitely a good showing. Getting some pot shots through the wall, not finding anyone as Blitzbadger actually got down from that spray.
Now, this has been a much better attacking round from the side of UMBC. They're able to start to get the map control they need to go for this execute. Blue Jay isn't able to get the kill on the cross as Nex is able to start the defuse timer under the cover of that smoke. And yes, it's going to go down and put it in a 3v2 in the favor of the attackers in a post-plant situation. Blue Jay is going to start to move towards the breach hole. See if he can maybe get a pick through that, as you've already seen somebody vault all the way down and move back towards that balcony over on the side. CQF Neil is able to get the kill on Blue Jay, leaving Lamau in a 1v3. Goes out to try and get the kill, but it is going to be CQF Neil to end it with the double kill in a very nice attacking round by the side of UMBC.
Yeah, definitely comeback round there. Down two operators about halfway through the round. Definitely, as you said, very strong showing. Came back there, won the gunfights they needed, and actually got very good control of Garage very quickly. Definitely a good showing from them. However, they still have two more rounds to win. We are going back to Church Arsenal, as that is now unlocked and arguably, I'd say, Maine's strongest site on this map.
Yeah, they looked very, very good on this bomb site. Able to stuff out all of those approaches in a flurry of quick gunfights the last time they defended this map. Or this bomb site, excuse me. But it's definitely honestly, a very winnable situation for UMBC. If they can get the round win here, okay, obviously they would only need one more, but they would have also won back-to-back the two strongest bomb sites on this map. And that puts CMCC in an interesting spot, because do you try to double down on the bomb site that you've already lost, or do you maybe try and go for Jim, which is another bomb site you did win? So, same lineup is going to be brought by CMCC. We'll see if they're able to maybe try and close the map out here, or UMBC is going to be able to sneak their way back.
Yeah, Baltimore's opting to bring the Fuse Mickey D 6-picking onto that operator. That's definitely going to be pretty useful considering how there's no Jaeger and nothing to really block that cluster charge from wrecking havoc on the basement floor. That's probably what they're going to use late round to flush out some anchors, to maybe put them in positions they don't want to be. I'd say that's a pretty smart pick. Really a flex pick that you don't see picked a lot here in CEA.
Yeah, that doesn't even talk about his primary weapon. The AK-12 is one of the strongest guns in the game. It has a really good fire rate, really good damage. The only downside is it's on fuse, who's very situational. So if they're able to get kitchen control and get these cluster charges down effectively, as you see Mickey D getting prepared to do so now, then we should be able to see maybe a pretty solid Arsenal take.
Yeah, they have decent control. Stevens is going to double check that central stairwell. Not quite getting to the top of it, but they have good map control. Looks like they're really playing here. Crudis is going to be ever so careful with only 2 exothermic charges. They're going to have to be pretty careful with that. Not going to lose it. Mickey D using the Fuse Elite Cluster Charge. Not going to do any damage to any operators, but possibly got some utility there.
Yeah, as well, it pushes the operators out of that position as well as they were hoping to get the Electro Claw, but they weren't able to in the end. Unfortunate for UMBC. A little over a minute gone from their attack, and while they have pretty much cleared out these top 2 floors, they haven't been able to make much progress towards this downstairs one. They're getting really, really hung up on this uh, kitchen hatch, which I'm not sure with the operators they brought that they're going to be able to get. Ghosty Wosty is looking for the call to try and make a blue play, as that is where you're seeing a lot of the operators start to rotate to. Capitao Fire, or excuse me, there might have been a Goyo Shield, starts to go down at the bottom of blue, as you're going to see the blue hatch itself opened up, as that's where the attackers have pivoted to.
Yeah, the drones are going to ping 2 other defenders in the blue hallway area. Speaking of blue, Blue Jay is camping on the other side of that wall. Probably going to try to go for a little peek right here. Mickey D is going to have to opt against that. Pushing in, not finding anyone. Going to wait for the teammate to drone them out.
Now, if Mickey D does go for an aggressive play, there's a lot of cross angles to be held. However, he's able to get all the way around until he's finished by Blue Jay on the other side. Heck is also going to chime in with a kill on CQF Neil, as the attackers, all funneled up in this blue area, are just getting pinched from all sides. 2 players behind the bar, as smokes go down to try and help the cross. Covers off 2 of the angles, but the attackers are in a rough spot here. They're going to need their raw gun skill to carry them out, but Blitz Badger is able to get 1 on C-Vens. Blue Jay gets another as he dies to his own Goyo fire. Brutus next is the one who gets the credit with that fire, but it's down to Ghosty in a 1v4, and he's going to lose it in the end, with CMCC able to take their map pick in the end.
CMCC guaranteeing them at least a tie for the night, winning map 1. They're going to be looking to win map 2. It is going to be UMBC's pick. Baltimore opting to pick Bank. CMCC is going to be defending first, though, after our quick intermission here in a second. I'm excited. That was a very close game, and the action did not stop.
Yeah, both teams had a lot of solid individual plays that were really the backbone of their round wins there. And I'm hoping we see another really solid individual gun skill showing on Bing.
Yeah,
However,
yep.
Yeah, till then, we will be going to a 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more action in just a few.
you've been missing, where you been all this time. Broken or unbroken, regardless you're still mine. 'Cause you belong to me. So hold on to me. Don't forget that I'm the one who made you, the one who's always going to crave you, pull you in, you're my muse, I know you love.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for our little extended intermission. We have had a few internet problems, but we are getting back into UMBC versus CMCC. Going on Bank, we're getting right into ban phase. If you missed us, little quick recap. Main won 7-4 on Clubhouse. It is now UMBC's pick. Let's see who the bans are.
Yeah, Bank, definitely a map that allows for much more flexibility in terms of the operators you bring, because you don't always need that second hard breacher. However, we are going to see a pretty standard Thatcher ban out of the side of CMCC. Thatcher's just a really powerful operator. Not many teams like playing around him on that defensive side. For the side, we're going to see the Habana, another pretty standard Bank ban. Makes getting those hatches in open area just a tad bit more difficult, but if you have a skilled Maverick, you should be fine on that. We're going to see the next ban come through from the side of UMBC, and it's going to be the Valkyrie once again. Not too big of fans of playing around that operator. And the final ban will come from the side of CMCC. They are on the defending side, so they may elect to maybe not ban a super powerful defender in order to use it themselves, but they will take away the Echo, leaving both Mira and Maestro available.
Definitely some pretty standard bans. The Habana Thatcher ban, as you said, is definitely going to be put a dent in their hard breach ability. Valkyrie and Echo, that's two intel operators off the board. Echo we see banned a lot. Valkyrie banned on the previous map too. She's not going to be able to be played at all this entire series.
We are off the bat seeing Neil hover the Blitz, which I would love to see. Be able to clear that roam quickly, and there, that is a toxic lineup from the side of UMBC. Very much focused on clearing the roamers and making everyone stand still with their phones ringing while a Blitz barrels down at them from the front. We'll see if there's any sixth picks, as we are going to see the Dokkaebi switch to the Ash just to bring a little bit more soft reach, but that is cancer. There's no other word for it.
Yeah, the Valkyrie, Jackal, not Valkyrie. I cannot read. Dokkaebi, Jackal, Lion, and Blitz are all very formidable. As you can pretty much lock someone down to one spot and then just have Blitz run at them. They're not going to do that, but the Blitz and the Lion, I would not be surprised if we saw a rush from the dirt tunnel here into server's CCTV area. But you never know what Baltimore wants to do with this. However, we are going to see the castle brought out. And the smoke from CMCC, so that's definitely going to help them prevent a rush.
Yeah, it's just a very, very solid lineup at basically just taking map control. As when those lions go off and when those jackal pings start ringing at your feet, you just have to evacuate. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do. We are going to see, interestingly enough, not all the hatches were reinforced. Just our nice observer Carpe let us know that elevator was still soft. But as I say that, the Maestro is going to get the late reinforce, securing off the downstairs.
Ghost will pop the first line as Neil is going to spot someone back behind server. Not going to contest it quite yet. Brutus and Mickey and C are pushing into garage. Definitely a nice split push coming here. Blue is going to be going for the kill. Taking out that Blitz early on will be pretty vital, as that Evil Eye is going to start taking some shots.
Now we are going to see Neil take a couple shots in his hand as Blue Jay is fighting for his life down there. So you're going to see Cvens take that garage control along with the side of Mickey D as Ghosty and Mickey immediately chime in with two quick kills. Heck on the smoke is castled off from the bomb site and gets finished off by Neil, and that's a huge advantage to the side of UMBC. Travis taking some shots at the Blitz all the way down, but it's the two defenders pinned over towards this elevator side. Lamau is going to vault towards the bomb site to try and get any flank angles. Travis gets a nice headshot over towards Ghosty. That impact grenade to open up a nice side angle, but not expecting the play from Mickey. And it's down to Travis until he gets finished off by Cvens. And I'm already excited for the rest of this map after seeing this attacking round. It seems very clear that UMBC is not going to do things the very standard way on Bank.
Yeah, I was about to say I agree with that 100%. That was a very unorthodox but very successful attack. The blitz rush. Now we're seeing the Monty come out. We are gonna see main opt to go to the second floor instead. I guess they just don't want to have to face the blitz line rush once again. Very effective strategy. It worked better than I thought it would. I will give my hats off to them for that.
And after running that off the beginning, we're immediately going to see the side of UMBC get that nice round win, which on the side of Bank defense, getting round wins is no easy feat. But immediately after that, they're going to pivot to something much more standard. So we'll see how they're able to execute a more standard strategy as opposed to their heavy pressure. We'll call it pressure.
Attackers need to locate.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a mental game too, because last game there wasn't really any rushing at all on Clubhouse. And we come here and the first thing Baltimore does is pretty much rush. That's essentially what they did. It was a controlled and very very smart push. I cannot pronounce that word for the life of me. But they did good, and now Maine is going to have to keep that in the back of their mind. They're going to have to play for the rush, even if it's not coming.
The side of CMCC themselves is also not going to bring extremely standard setups. As you're seeing kill holes being put inside of Janitor instead of the typical rotation holes you see. Try and hold that little closet as kind of the cornerstone of your hold towards square and those square walls, but we're going to see the more standard lineup of this UMBC side start to make their entrances towards that rappel and square side. The Montaigne's already up by that square balcony, starting to make his way down, just to act as one big drone, and just kind of work his way through, giving as much intel to his team as he can.
And they're already doing good, pushing up towards the skylight stairwell area. Prudis is gonna drone in there. Not gonna find anyone. Blue Jays actually sitting in open area using that heartbeat scanner. Not finding anyone outside of stocks though.
Yeah, he's waiting just for that pre-placed C4. It might be his, it might be Blitz's, just waiting for the call to let that rip as soon as he sees someone vault that window. And yeah, it looks like it will be the Pulses itself. So there'll be a little bit of delay, but it doesn't seem like anyone is going to entry towards stock right now. Mickey D is just electing to move down towards the vending hallway itself. Seeing those shields set up, I like to just point them out rather than go for any push. Lemro, on the other hand, is going to take a lot of damage from Crutus on that rappel, but Crutus just takes it all right back. Ghosty is going to get the first kill on Heck from that skylight. And the thermite charges are going to open up this wall. It seems like UMBC is much more put together on this map.
Yeah, Steven's already opening up the classic wall that you want to open up for the site. There are still two defenders downstairs as Travis Gaiman is going to be taken down by Crutus with only one defender left on site. It looks like Baltimore has free reign here to just go in. They are going to have to watch out from blitz from below, but they don't have much support up here to deal with, as actually Mickey D is going to be put down on 1 HP. C4 go down, is going to take down the Monty. Very big pick, putting it back at a 4v3.
That's a huge kill. You have to get that Monty off the board in order for maybe Lamau to pull out some hero plays with this Alda. He is 1 HP on site, and Stevens is going to come to heads with him soon, but it's actually Ghosty who's going to get the kill. There's no C4s left for these defenders downstairs, so you'll either see a rotate or maybe the Mozzie trying to make some holes with that shotgun to try and stop any plant attempt that does come up. As you're going to see the Pulse calling out the positions of those attackers. Blitzbadger's going to get one as he has worked over towards long desk. Goes for the kills on the rappel, not going to get it. Stevens is being pulsed out and shot from underneath, but unfortunately just misses the spacing. Blitzbadger is going to pick up another one, getting a triple kill for himself. Blue Jays working up, trying to see if he can spot the legs of the thermite from behind the desk, but they're both holding very passive angles. And Blue Jay is going to find the legs of Stevens, and it's a 1v2 for CQF. Tries to swing wide, but a masterful 2v5 from this squad as Blitzbadger is able to pick up the 4-piece for himself and secure the round for the CMCC defense.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defenders win.
Yeah, definitely great showing there. Blitzbadger with the 4K, very strong. Not to mention that opening pick onto the Monty in that into the round phase definitely really hurt UMBC's ability to get that plant down, because once your Monty's down, you don't have the protection you thought you would have.
Yeah, especially with those attackers not clearing all the way down to that long desk side. There was no one to watch the rotation of that Mozzie up the main stairs and into long desk. And once he was in there, it was so hard to try and displace him from that side. The only criticism I have for that is Crutus Next, the player on Rappel, was not playing as safe as you would like in a post plant. However, it happens. Sometimes you get killed off Rappel. And we are going to see the side of CMCC elect to go back down to the basement, but this time with a different lineup.
Speaking of different lineup, Baltimore is definitely bringing a much different lineup. They're going for a much more reserved, much more usual lineup here. They are bringing back the Monty. They're going to have the Sledge, the Maverick, and the Thermite, along with the Zofia, to really open up those hatches and those server walls into CCTV. Definitely not going to be a rush coming out from them. It's going to be a lot like what we saw from them on Clubhouse, where they're going to really take their time, play smart, and try to just slowly gain map.
Yeah, the only issue we saw with their attacks on Clubhouse is that they occasionally stalled out. So if they're able to be more well-drilled on bank and actually take this map control in a quicker fashion, they should be able to just get some pretty solid rounds. We are going to see the Legion rut, though, as the counter to the shield itself. Already pinging out those goo mines that are placed at his feet in front of him, but it doesn't seem like Neil cares enough to shoot it for his shield friend there. Just another pretty standard anchor hold towards this basement.
Yeah, definitely smart play, because as you said, if they can stall them out, that's really where Baltimore will fall short here. Heck, playing a little peekaboo with the Monty, not going to really do much except just hold him back for as long as they can. Blitzbadger is currently watching the garage. No one coming there. It's all Mickey D pushing in.
Now, not only is this Monty boxed in here, the server stairs themselves are being held solidly by Blue Jay up there with that Ella shotgun behind that shield. And getting rid of that is going to be no easy feat. You can maybe get the frag grenades around the corner if there's enough team coordination to burn those ADSs, but till then, with all the time that's being burned from the side of UMBC, there's not going to be a lot of time to deal with these players in these strong anchor positions like the server stairs.
Yeah, not having a Jaeger is definitely gonna hurt CMCC here, as that L is not gonna have much support, but Blue Jay possibly has an easy kill here, as Ghosty Wosty does not know that someone is right there.
He likes to not go for the aggressive play. You're going to see CQF Neil get a kill, get down, but then get a kill with a frag grenade. Heck is going to get one of the players over by Dirt Tunnel, but there's another 2 quick kills that he can get from those downed ones, as he's making a masterful showing from over behind the server rack. Ghosty and Curtis are the only 2 still up, as once again CQF is downed. You're just holding that angle towards the door itself, as This Legion is in a rough spot behind the server wreck, as he is eventually taken down by the Mav.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pick up their friend Neil there. Definitely another operator will help. They only have 18 seconds left. Badger is in a very strong position. However, Travis is pretty far away, which is going to be opening up the hole for the C4. Only 10 seconds left. Going to throw it off. Will connect. Getting Neil is up to Crutus and Ghosty as the diffuser is going down. Badger has an angle, but does not know that Crutus is planning. Badger will go down. It's all up to Travis in the 2v1 situation.
Yeah, it seemed like they had no intel that the plant was going down just behind that soft wall, which allowed Crutus to get that diffuser down. Now, it's definitely doable for Travis. Looks like he's going to try and punch open and maybe try to go for a long arm, but that's not going to... It doesn't seem like he's going to get the prompt yet. Goes for some wild shots with that UMP. Both attackers are on low HP, so it's definitely doable. However, Travis is pretty boxed out as he has to go through that door, and it's going to be Crutus to collect the 3-piece for himself and UMBC's second round.
Yeah, Maine just not doing too hot on this basement site. They're 0 for 2 against Baltimore on that site. Very close round, though. Kind of fell apart at the end there with that definitely smart move to move the plant site after the C4 had gone off. Very smart showing from Baltimore. Very quick thinking on their feet. We are going to go now back to lockers. Third time's a charm for Maine here.
Yeah, you see them bring the same lineup. Or at least it looks like that currently. We'll see if they 6-pick away from anything. But one thing I want to hit on is how absolutely unreliable opening picks as a stat has been throughout this series. You're not just seeing one pick that one team gets and then fades away and uses it to gain control of the map again. You're seeing like 3 or 4 kills just off the bat, completely changing the course of the round whenever these two teams come to head. And UBC has gotten the first pick in these last 2 rounds, or last 3 rounds, every round on bank. But in the last round, you saw them get the sledge, throw a frag grenade, get downed, and then get a kill with his frag grenade before his other 2 teammates around him got killed, and then he was eventually picked up about 45 seconds later. So, just a little interesting tidbit about how explosive this game has been.
I'd also like Maine to really bring a Jaeger here. We saw that the lack of ADSs really hurt their server and server stairs hold, because not having those ADSs means they could just chuck flashes in and then throw those frag grenades, and they didn't have to blow that much utility to really start putting pressure on servers, and not having those ADSs really hurts. So possibly instead of bringing the Castle or the Ella, they might opt to switch out one of those for the Jaeger. That might have helped them out in the last round, but hindsight is 2020, is now they're going back pretty much the same route as last time with Mickey D running up on servers, already going to hit the Grismont.
Now, I think the idea behind the castle is, at least, I've only seen one of the barricades so far over towards that server side by that server door, and it protects the rotate from those server players and allows them to come back from server back towards bomb site safely. However, they're just fighting to the death back there. There's no way they're escaping. So at some point, you have to make the change. The castle's not working. You have one of your players using the ump, which is pretty popularly proclaimed as the worst gun in the game. So we'll see if maybe if things go bad again, they switch things up. Heck does do a lot of damage to CQF on that sledge. He's just one goo mine away from getting popped. But he is getting pressured by that Monty. And on the other side, we are going to see the sledge take down by Blue Jay, as Blue Jay gets another, and the one behind him goes for the melee, but will get down from behind as Heck gets another, and that is a 2v4. But Curtis explodes around the corner and gets a 3-piece of his own, bringing us to a 2v2. There's still a minute and a half left in the round.
The triple kill in trade for the triple. Absolutely nutty, as now Brutus has free range to just open this up. They have one C4 left to blow on this plant. Blitz Badger is going to have to use it pretty sparingly, as Ghosty Willisty is going to try to put some pressure with that lifeline, using those impact and concussion grenades to slow down the defense as much as possible.
Now, we'll probably see an attempt for the bomb plant from these players, as he has opened up the default hole over by that side. Ghosty is going to elect to drop the diffuser for his teammate there, as I don't believe there's a rotate hole actually made over by the typical side. Oh, you can't vault through that. Okay, well, they made a hole for the nitro at least. Blitzbadger is looking like he's going to prep that fairly soon as Curtis has started to get the diffuser down. Blitzbadger doesn't seem aware, as I say that, he's pulling out the nitro maybe, but he's not going to let it go until the diffuser goes down, and it goes wide. And this is another post-plant situation for the side of UMBC. They've done a great job of getting this diffuser down.
This could change, though, as we did see Blitzbadger go up those stairs, currently rotating through open area, possibly going to go down server stairs or play with that hatch. Travis Gaming is going to be peering through red hallway doorway, but not going to be able to find anyone as Ghosty and Crutus are sitting there. Blitzbadger and Crutus are going to go head to head. Not going to find any shots for either of them. Crutus just has to hold off in time as Travis is going to go down to Ghosty. It's all up to Blitzbadger. Running out of time. Does not even have time to defuse. Going to push down. Not going to find anyone. Going to save the op. And UMBC is going to win the round by time. Third time game is not the charm for CMCC, it seems.
I think I'm going to have a stroke. It's so many incredible individual plays, and then just standard stuff when they get down to 2 players. Which, I mean, it's been working for the side of UMBC. CMCC might want to see if they can tighten things up, as they're finally electing to go away from this basement site that they have not been successful on. Back to CEO, where they did get their first round win. We'll see if they're able to maybe try and get their second.
Yeah, really possibly maybe the play of the map right there was Crutus getting that very, very quick triple kill in servers, bringing the team from a 2v5 situation to a 2v situation with map control of server CCTV side. And that's pretty big. Not just the 3 kills, but getting that map control. That's pretty much what won them the round right there.
Yeah, Crutus, after making a pretty big mistake of getting killed on rappel in a post plant on the CEO site, the only round that CMCC has won so far, ever since then, he's been having an absolutely incredible map. And a round like that, where you're able to, you're in a 2v5 situation, and you burst into server and get a nice 3 kills. Granted, one was on a down player, but still, he got those nice 2 kills and cleaned up the player about to be revived.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Okay, I've been corrected that the Ella had been revived, so he did just get a straight triple kill, and that's such a momentum shift for the map. With it already going in pretty heavy favor of UMBC, I can definitely see them just sweeping their way through the stacking half.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they have the momentum. This is kind of a mirror of what we saw on Clubhouse, where Maine really had the momentum on their attacking side and brought them to a nice margin. I believe they were up 4v2 going into the half. Yes. Or no, they tied 3-3 in the half, but that gave them the momentum they needed on the attacking side. So Baltimore could easily do the same. They have the momentum. They just need to keep it going.
Yeah, so last time we saw another little bit of a miscommunication with the C4 of the Pulse, as it seems like CMCC's defense is all about keeping that downstairs control and using the Pulse Mozzie combo to deny plant, while your anchors just kind of vibe at the top floor. But last time the Pulse picked up his pre-place and then threw it on an indestructible wall. Hopefully this time, even though they did get that round win off of a great clutch by Blitz and Blue Jay on their 2 respective roles,
Attackers have located a bomb.
maybe this time their strat can work a little bit more effectively and not be off of pure gun skill.
In the meantime, a minute and a half is passing around. Pretty much the only thing that has happened is their Goyo shield was destroyed. Not too much else. A little bit of map control here for Baltimore, trying to get out that Evil Eye so they can open up that wall, but it's not going to go out yet. They need the sledge to come over there. The smoke.
Does he know it can see through
Smoke was trying to
smoke?
do there, as Evil Eyes can see through the smoke.
Oh, but Lamau is going to actually end the Evil Eye, so it doesn't really matter. Curtis is going to get a kill on Travis. Castle gone. They seem very in love with that operator, but he is going to be the unfortunate first pick this round. And after that, the thermite charge will get that wall open with no impact trick after the castle gets stopped.
Curtis is sitting on that window once again, trying to hold the site. Really, they're going to have to push first floor, and take out that Mozzie Pulse combo. But they're not really opt to do that, as Heck is going to take down Crutus on the window. Their window support is gone as Ghosty respawns by picking up Blue Jay, one of the first floor defenders. Definitely going to help them out as Neil pushes in. Just going to miss Lamau. Plant is going down.
Oh, this C4 could be huge. And it is going to be the double kill from Blitz Badger. Ghosty Wosty exchanging shots down towards this hallway. But he is going to end up with a lot less HP than his opponent, Heck, who is going to get the final kill. CQF reloading, pushing up, able to get the kill on the Maestro before the round ends. But beautiful stall out by the side of CMCC. And they're able to turn it into a nice, convincing round win.
Yeah, they took out the Pulse, but the Mozzie played by Blitz was just there to respond with not only the kill on the diffuser, but the kill onto the Monty, pretty much shutting out Baltimore's pretty much their entire push right there. Definitely good showing from their first floor defenders. They're going to have to respect that, but won't matter as we're going to go down to Teller's Archives. I guess they're really tired of going on that basement site.
Yeah, when you've had absolutely no respect, like any success down there, there's no real reason to try for the fourth time. Maybe fourth time's a charm. No, just go to your other bomb site and try it. What's the worst that could happen? You're already probably going to lose Bank Basement. It's fine. Just run it.
Yeah, I mean, Teller's Archives definitely a defendable site. We're seeing a pretty common setup here where Lamau is opening up the bottom of that wall facing those stairs towards the basement so they can kind of shut down the stairs and shut down the push from that side if they need to. We're going to have Blitz Badger possibly roaming, most likely roaming, and CEO on the second floor, slowing down Baltimore's push. But besides that, they're just going to have to play pretty smart here as they can't afford to give up a fourth defensive round to Baltimore.
Yeah, a 3-3 side from CMCC would definitely be very doable. However, if it's a 4-2 on your bank basement or bank defense, excuse me, then you're gonna have problems for the rest of the map unless you're really good at attacking, which they may be. We haven't seen them yet, but we're gonna need some stronger showings from this round, especially.
Yeah, and Baltimore is going to be in it to win it there, as being 0-3 for a season, they cannot afford another loss. So at least winning this map and giving them the tie will do very good for them in terms of staying in where they are for the league.
Now, you are going to see the Vigil already get pinned down in stock. That is not good. Hopefully he has an impact grenade to maybe get his way out, but he's actually just going to get the kill on Grudas through the window. CQF Neil gets Blue Jay as he tries to support his teammate, but Blitz Badger gets another with a great pre-fire through the wall. Just the Monty there who likes to back off and wait for his support. Cvens looks like the next challenger to try and peek Blitz, because whoever peeks him looks like they're dying, but he is going to go down through that hatch and escape to open area. Ghosty pretends to rappel down. Genius bait, honestly, but is just going to try and hold the rotation. It doesn't seem like there's been the call that the Vigil has evacuated until Mickey clears that room like you see him do now.
We are getting at the exact halfway mark here of the round. Baltimore losing a little bit of ground. However, they do have Blue Jay off the board. That Monty is currently just sitting second floor. They don't have too much map control the first, as Blitz is really holding open area as long as they can with Heck.
Now, it seems like with this Monty, their play seems to be maybe if they can flush this Legion out of the little office there, as you see him evacuate there as soon as that hatch gets open, and then maybe they try to go for a plant behind this Montaigne without challenging open area too much, because it doesn't seem like they have the time to really do that. But as I say, that Ghosty's going to get a kill on Lamau. Not entirely sure where that was from, but on the other side, you're going to see the Monty drop and Heck just pick up that kill right there. Bring us back to a man advantage for the side of CMCC.
Yeah, Baltimore in a little bit of trouble there as Blitz, I believe, is still hanging out in open area. Travis Gaming is just chilling on tellers. There's not much Baltimore can do here except push in and hopefully get some kills. Heck is going to ping out the attackers. Ghosty using the lifeline. Trying to get as much advantage as they can with 10 seconds left. Blitz Badger is going to take out Ghosty. Is all up to Stevens to win this round. 1v3 situation probably not going to happen as CMCC ties up the half with their third defensive win.
Now, that's exactly what they needed. They had to have come out and win this round if they want any chance of taking this map back. Especially on UMBC's map pick, I imagine they won't be losing Bank Basement 3 times on their half. And if they can start to convert these really powerful defensive sites into solid round wins, then CMCC was going to have huge issues on 4-2. Slightly less issues on 3-3. We'll see how good the execution is. One thing I want to hit on is that these two teams love Castle. Obviously, going to Executive and bringing a Castle is not the weirdest thing for the side of UMBC, but there was not a round where CMCC did not just bring him for some reason. They love that operator, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen both teams use Castle quite a lot in quite a little bit different ways. We are going to see Hack switch off to Sophia, picking up the Jackal. I think this might be them trying to clear the first floor roamers because as we saw, CMCC won 2 rounds by putting someone first floor in Pillar's archives and using C4s from below. And they're pretty much saying that's not going to happen to us, and they're going to have to show it here as we will start off this half with Baltimore opting to defend CEO first.
Yeah, CEO and Basement are typically the 2 strongest sites on this on this map. Excuse me, it's been a long day. But you have seen some more recent meta shifts towards both open area and tellers. However, UMBC going to stick with the classics, going to CEO, not the weirdest thing. And just a pretty standard lineup. You have a lot of those ACOGs try and hold those long hallway angles, as well as the Mozzie for maybe that C4, as well as info denial.
We are going to get right into the first round of the half on map 2 for the night. It's like we're getting a nice rooftop presence from main already coming out. Blitz Badger is going to opt to drone out that main lobby. Brutus is going to be hanging out on the top floor, going down to the first floor lobby, trying to get some quick picks outside.
Can you see him? I can't tell through the outline. It seemed like... okay, so... Yeah, it seems like the dock is a little bit closer than initially needed in order to try and get the pick on that rappel. Blitz Badger could have gotten the frag on the other side, but elects to fall back up there. Blitz and Crutus are just kind of working back and forth. Crutus has now been made aware of his opponent's presence. Blitz didn't even seem like he noticed the dock up there on the balcony. Is he just going to shoot that drone? There's just a lot of... It's... Okay, this may seem weird, but it feels like I'm watching a Tom and Jerry episode. You know? Just sort of back and forth, avoiding each other.
They are going to get reinforcements, those. Mickey D is going to come down first floor, and as I say that, Hack is going to get the ping and is going to convert on that. Getting the opening pick for the round. Minute left in the round. Still a lot of ground to go for main.
But just with that opening pick, You're immediately going to see CMCC explode out and start to take this map control and these heads-up gunfights. Immediate refrag onto the death of Lexow as Neil swings wide and is able to take Blue Jay on that Maverick. And 2 more kills on the other side. It's a 2v2 already. Make that a possible... Yes, it's going to be a 1v2 as C-Vens is able to get the final kill. 30 seconds left to see if Blitz Badger can be the hero for his team and clutch up once again.
Blitz Badger has been fragging out tonight. Will not put it off the board for them to get this round 1. However, they're going to have to pick up the diffuser and get 2 kills here. None of those back walls are open. They're going to have to push in through janitors or through the meeting room. Only 15 seconds left. Not much they can do here.
C-Vens might have been able to hear the footsteps, but if not, they're going to know. And with 5 seconds left, getting zapped by the Maestro cam, Ghosty puts his gun up and is looking for the kill and able to just hold the angle with the bullets, and Blitz Badger falls.
Baltimore are going to pick up their first round win of the half, putting them up 4-3. Definitely a pretty strong position. They only have to win 3 more to win this map, actually. They're doing pretty good. They have the sites. We are going to see them take up Locker CCTV.
Now, obviously, going down to basement, not anything weird. Also, a pretty standard lineup. We did see no Mira brought on the side of... on the side of CMCC with their defense. A very powerful operator, but it is actually going to be switched off in maybe 6th pick too. And yeah, we're going to see Curtis switch to that, as it enables you to basically just have so much information on the plant spot, as well as a nitro cell to make denying that plant even easier.
Yeah, and with no Hibana on the board due to the ban, that mirror is not going to have anyone to really contest with. I do not believe they do have a Twitch, so they're going to have to watch out for that, but Mozzie can help with that. It's really down to, can they keep that mirror under control and use that for a late round C4. We saw that Maine really like to rely on their Kai to do the C4, but Mira, you know, with that extra vision, as he said, makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and other than that, we are... Okay. So, we're going to take a moment to just claim Neil for his interesting lineup on the Carbine. He has brought both the red dot sight and the suppressor, which I'm all for player choices, but this one's just too much to allow to stand. We'll see. Maybe, okay, I don't know. He frags out with it this round, then we'll allow it. But
guarantee you he gets an 8 if you said that. 100%. My money's on the table. And with that, we are getting into the action phase.
No, our production staff has, in fact, given us a bet of $5 if Neil is able to ace with his Carbine lineup, so I'm rooting for him now. Unfortunately, he's not going to be the first point of contention, as it seems like the attackers are much more interested in moving through the garage as well as that dirt tunnel. They're holding more towards open area, but it doesn't really seem that the attackers are interested in that at all. They just want to move towards the plant spot, as it shows right now.
They're going to have to be pretty careful, heroes. Both those mirrors are going to be hotly contested. However, Heck looks like he knows where someone is, not going to land the shot. Ghosty Wosty is going to get away without dying.
And, I mean, he's the doc. He takes a couple bullets, he'll just stim himself up, and he'll chill there for free. He is getting droned, and Heck has taken much of the garage control. And as he baits with that drone, Heck's going to swing wide and get the nice kill on Ghosty. Really good team communication. And he's going to get another onto C-Vens, trying to get that bulletproof camera, but right now, Curtis is isolated on site on that Mira, and on the other side, it's those 2 roamers starting to make their way back. Neil is on the flank, unaware. He sees the Claymore, and is just holding the angle. Not sure if the attackers are aware of his position, but doesn't seem so. Creeps wide a little bit, waiting for one of the attackers to expose themselves, but he is actually going to get taken down by Blue Jay. Not able to do a whole lot with that red dot sight. Heck moving over towards where the Mira and the Mozzie have linked up in trying to establish any sort of crossfire. Heck moving around trying to shoulder peek to bait some shots, but the Mozzie's going to swing wide, but unfortunately misses so many of his bullets, and Heck is able to get the kill. Going down to plant the diffuser over near the default site as it's Crutus left up in a 1v4. Goes wide and
taken down by Travis Gaming. CMCC is going to win their first attacking round of the half.
Now, that was just really, really solid teamwork and coordination from the side of CMCC. They immediately, that garage control was just masterfully taken, baiting the Doc with the shots with the drone, able to pull it wide so he shoots it and reloads, and as soon as he does, Heck just swings and takes him out. We're going to go back to this B-Lockers BCCTV room site. Bring another similar lineup. We might see another 6-pick to the Mira, but it wasn't really effective, as garage control was lost pretty much instant. But yeah, it is going to be Crutus actually 6-picking to the Warden, the most well-dressed operator in Siege. The only thing you really see Warden for in this meta is sitting on the server stairs so he can't get flashed out, and just using his shotgun up there. So we'll see if that's how UMBC elects to use that operator.
Attackers need to locate and
Yeah, I mean, they are bringing the Jaeger, which, yeah, as I mentioned, that's something Maine did not really do, and that kind of cost him control of servers. And yeah, I feel like in terms of last round, that mirror really fell because, as you said, they lost control of Garage, and those mirrors really rely on you keeping control of Garage. And once that was lost, Baltimore really couldn't do anything. We are at 4-4, so it's going to be up for whoever wants it. It's currently a tie game. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's looking like CMCC could be hungry enough for this full win to try and bring it home. As if they get another solid attack on basement, that would basically label this site undefendable by both teams, which is not something you see a whole lot. After that, you may see a return to CEO and maybe a 5-5 scoreline, and from then, it's anyone's game. We're going to see another similar take, though, from the side of CMCC.
Lamau almost got tripped up by that Mozzie. Don't know how many you saw that there. Looks like they are going to expend the drone. Very smart play to get that in there, just trying to take out whatever utility they can. Blue Jay already droning in. Blitz Badger actually very far off site, trying to get control of second floor first.
Yeah, maybe looking for those roamers that were evading them last time. We're going to see Ghosty switch from the dock he was on last time towards this Mozzie. However, right now, you do have Crutus in that server staircase with the Warden and the shotgun like we expected. However, he's very isolated. He has really no support from the server side itself, other than C-Vens with that SMG-11, which, if he's good enough, he can support him very strongly, but with not enough bullets, and if two attackers cross to try and flush out this defender from the server stairs, there might not be anything that the smoke can say about it. However, Crutus is sitting close with the shotgun, elects to fall off just as the attackers are getting close. He's going to swing wide and does not get... maybe gets one of the downs? But Heck is able to get Ghosty over towards that garage side. Two attackers trying to hold the angle as one goes for the revive. Crutus is pushed all the way upstairs as CQF watches his back towards square. Mickey's starting to move down towards that main stairs and try to strengthen the site push entirely.
Yeah, that Meister pick is definitely very big as Crutus picks up Blue Jay, finally getting conversion on that site. Hold is going to take some pot shots with the SMG-12, not going to land any behind servers. Moving the deployable shield, gets taken down by Travis with the headshot, putting it back at a 3v4, sorry, as Neil is going to try to flank, push around as the exothermic is going to go off. Heck is going to get the double kill on a Mickey D. Looking pretty good here for Maine, as they only have 2 more attackers to take out. Defenders, sorry.
Now, you do have the smoke getting droned out, getting pinned out. CQF Neil does get a kill over on C-Ven, or over on Travis Gaming, excuse me. C-Vens is refragged on the other side of the map. However, that is diffuser down, so Neil is in a pretty good spot. 25 seconds left, using this red dot site to hold that angle fairly closely. Ping's going down on the attacker who's going to go grab the diffuser, but Neil's angle was not good enough to try and hold that down. And now he's boxed out from the site, and he's not able to win any of the gunfight. Oh, it was actually a trade from CQF Neil and Heck, but in the end, that is another round win to CMCC.
And I think, honestly, Lockers is just cursed. No defending team has won Lockers
Yeah,
tonight.
just go to another bomb site, bro. It's not worth it. It's not
That's
worth your time.
exactly what they're doing. Is they're gonna take us to CEO. It's all on the table. Is we're getting pretty close. If CMCC wins one more round, if they guarantee the map tie for the night and the partial win for their team, and that'll be pretty huge because UMBC needs to tie here. That's what they want to do. They need to get this map win. They have players that are getting lots of frags. It's just so close.
So, for those who are unfamiliar with the CEA scoring itself, right now with CMCC gaining a full map win by winning 7-4 on their first map, they have pretty much guaranteed themselves that they will get at least 1 out of 3 points. If they are able to secure this map, they will get a full 3 points. If UMBC is able to bring it back to a draw, they will get 2 and UMBC will get 1. And if if there's a draw on this map, CMCC will get 2 and UMBC will get 0. And if UMBC wins this map, both teams will get 1 point. So right now, UMBC is fighting for their 1 point, while CMCC is trying to put themselves in the playoff picture by securing this map win.
It is only week 4, so there's tons of CACs to come for these teams. But all that matters right now is this round for both these teams. 10 players, 1 map, 2 bombs, 1 diffuser. A lot more stats we could go off of right now, and multiples of 5. But not too much is going to happen so far. Actually, as I say that, always a caster curse. Crutus picks up Travis Gaming with the peak. Ooh, and Lamau answers by taking out Crutus with a very nice pixel peek.
I'm still convinced I'm watching an episode of Tom and Jerry, but with more guns. This is just a clown fiesta. Like, that's the best word for it. It's very entertaining to watch, and I won't pretend that there hasn't been some solid siege that has been played by both teams, but a lot of these kills and things are just happening in ways I've never seen in my life. Lamau does go back to retrieve that diffuser off of the outer garage, but does waste a little bit of time there, as there's now already a minute gone from this round.
Honestly, though, that trade, the dog for the thermite, we talked about it earlier. It depends on what opening picks you get, and I'd say trading the dog for a thermite is definitely...
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's now, they really can't, they can try to Maverick trick open the wall, but that's very dangerous, and they'll still be exposed from the C4 from beneath. I don't know if Mickey D is aware of Blitz trying to hunt him, but he definitely is now. Using the skeleton key to try and break the shots. Those are pings going out on Mickey D, who's going to take a lot of damage as he falls off, but he is going to get peeked by Heck over from the bottom of that main stairs area, giving CMCC another round with a strong player advantage.
They still have a minute and 4 seconds left of siege to play. They're not going to be able to open up those back walls, so that could prove to be their undoing here. We do have Blitz Badger trying to open up as much verticality as they can from the first floor. Lamau's not going to be able to drone in, as that Mozzie Pest is going to waste a ton of his time, opting to just say, forget it, it's not worth it, as Stevens takes out Blue Jay, putting it back at an even match with 38 seconds left.
Now, with this 3v3, the Maverick is going to start to use his time to try and open up this wall. Not sure if he's going to be able to open it up completely or just get the line, as he's electing to try and open it up completely. But with time coming down, it's going to be getting this open and then rushing into sight, as he's elected to not the corners yet, as Heck does start to get a pick over towards CQF Neil. Gets a second on Ghosty, as it's down to C-Vens in the 1v3. And it's Heck to go absolutely crazy and get, I believe, a 4K? Maybe an ace? I'm not 100% sure. But definitely a 4K, as he did get the kill on the Mozzie from under.
Definitely a strong showing. Getting the 4K to win the round, tie up the map, guarantee the partial win for the night for them. It's all up to whether or not they win this map. Match point once again, 6-4. It's almost like we saw this exact same thing on Clubhouse. Hint, it's because we did. And now we're coming down to CEO office once again.
Now, it's at this point, UMBC is just playing spoiler. They're like, okay, well, you guys may have gotten all the points this time, but we'll make sure you get 2 instead of 3. That's basically their mindset coming into this. We'll see if they're able to actually do it, as they've been struggling in these last 3 rounds. CMCC has been on a hot streak, even with the last 2 opening picks coming from the side of UMBC. We're electing to go back to this 3rd floor bomb site, and we'll see if maybe this time they can box CMCC out of the site more effectively.
Yeah, I mean, even with taking that thermite down right away, Maine really adapted to that. I mean, we see insane stats here. We have Heck with 19 kills, and if that's not a lot of kills, I don't know what is. I don't think I ever get even half of that kills when I play rank, so hats off to them. Definitely doing very good on the kills side of the board for both teams here. But again, it is match point, and every kill counts in this round.
And we will be getting into the round right here. Instead of the Zofia brought from last time, we are going to see a little bit of a switch up just in the operator selection as a whole. The Thermite Maverick Buck will stay the same, but Jackal and Capitao will be brought. And not a very weird switch up. Those are all just solid operators on Bank, especially with Thatcher Band. You need the Maverick to try and open up those walls. But it's also just the same take from the side of CMCC. Getting this initial drone control, you'll have Blitz Badger going off on his own, trying to hunt the roamers with that Buck. Blue Jay setting up that Claymore. Heck here to try and assist Blitz Badger with that roam play. Not able to find any feet just yet, but as a Jackal player, he'll be looking.
Bomb located by
Brutus
attackers.
is going to go for that same peak as last time. Not going to find anyone this time, as we're already a minute into the round. Some control in the hands of Maine. Not enough, though, if they want to keep pushing. They do have that window. However, Brutus is going to go for the peak. Blue Jay already down. Not going to be able to get picked off quite yet.
Now, it seems like Kritis is not going far enough back in order to try and get that angle. And meanwhile, you have the roamers downstairs being pinched very hard. This Mozzie is in a lot of trouble getting Jackal pinged. He does have the Doc to support him and try to escort him out of there the best he can. And it doesn't seem like there's any real main lobby control from the side of CMCC. But it's actually the Mozzie Doc electing to try and fight it out. Up on the upper floor, though, Blue Jay has just entried into the site. He's able to get 2! He's able to get a 3rd as well! Incredible play from Blue Jay, and now it's just the 2 roamers underneath. Kritis trying to work towards open area, but it's going to be the Doc it's going to be the Doc taken out by the Jackal of Heck. Mickey D trying to fight for the map, but it's going to be CMCC to secure themselves the full win and another 3 points in their quest for playoffs in Open League of CEA.
Yeah. Both maps going 7-4 in favor of Maine against Baltimore. Very good night for action. It was pretty close throughout, even though the scoreboard doesn't say so. We had a lot of close rounds. We are going to get into our interview soon. We're going to figure out who we're calling in.
I think one important thing to highlight, regardless of who we get for the interview, is Heck had an absolutely insane series. I don't remember his exact kill total on the side of on the side of Clubhouse, but he dropped 20 kills on Bank, and we will actually be getting an interview with him shortly. So, should be an interesting time.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. These post game interviews are really nice to see into the minds of the players, what goes on during, before, and after the game, not in that order. What do you think overall of what we saw tonight, real quick, before we get into the interview?
CMCC, they definitely had some hiccups, but they played some pretty solid and clean siege throughout. There were some issues, some big individual plays, but other than that, like they played very solidly.
Yeah.
UMBC, there's definitely the core of what they want to do is there. There were just a couple hiccups, a couple communication issues, and they definitely could be a team to improve and start to make bigger waves in the CEA.
Yeah, and it looks like our interviewee, Heck, is ready. We're going to pull them in here and do our post game interview.
Maybe. He might be coming. He'll be coming in just a second. But yeah, with that, the standings in Division 16, which is where our game is going on. Unfortunately, UMBC will stay at the bottom, now sitting at 0-4 with 0 points. And CMCC don't have all the results in from this week, but they're moving towards the top. All right, and here we have Heck. Congratulations on your guys' win tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
So we noticed that you had an incredible individual performance over both maps.
Thank you.
At some point in Bank, you just started going absolutely crazy. Is there any like specific moment you felt like the momentum shift in your favor and you knew you would be able to win a gunfight against anyone on the enemy team?
So at first on defense, we were kind of struggling with the Monty. They pulled out the blitz, and we weren't expecting that. A couple of us kind of freaked out a little bit, but we were like, "Yo, it's whatever. Just play." They pulled out the Monty, and I don't know. I think once we kind of got that first round, we were like, "All right, we can win this." Um, Bank definitely isn't our strongest map. I'd say Clubhouse is out of the two. And just before the match, we were practicing. Bank. So I guess everything that we worked on paid off.
Yeah, it certainly did. You were able to get yourself the full win tonight, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that first round with Blitz Rush also caught us off guard. You don't see too many teams doing that. What
Yep.
do you think was the most unexpected thing besides that Baltimore pulled out on you?
Um, I'd honestly say that first round was definitely the one thing that we weren't expecting. The second that they pulled out the Doke, the Lion, Jackal, everything. They basically pulled out all of like what we call them like the AIDS ops. They we saw that and we were like, all right, well this is gonna be a tough round. We didn't expect much out of it, and it went the way that we kind of expected it to. We just hadn't really prepped against something that was more of like a Frank strat, I would say, but it worked for them and it was good for them. It was fun though. It was a great game, and we were happy to play.
So you guys did manage to pick up the win here. That's another 3 points in your quest towards playoffs. With another 3 weeks remaining of games until the playoff season, how confident are you guys in your ability to fight towards those top 2 spots?
Um, we have been improving noticeably. We're not at the spot that we'd like to be at, but I can tell that just based off of this performance and past performances, we're climbing towards it. Recently, well, actually, just earlier today, made a bit of a roster change, and we're just working with new people and new players, trying to get them into spots that we feel like they're comfortable in. Everybody seems to be working good together, especially tonight. Everybody was, they kept the comms clear. Everybody was able to just perform the way that they should have, and I think that the rest of the season should go pretty well for us if we keep it up.
Yeah, I mean the chemistry from your both teams, especially your team, looked pretty strong tonight. A lot of you know we talked about a lot as casters. Whenever an opening pick would come out, a refrag would pretty much instantly come out, which means both teams are really playing with their teammates and doing good at droning out and following up.
Yep. We that was one thing that we stressed a lot in our past games and stuff like that. We were pretty undisciplined, I would say. We basically were just all right, let's play it like ranked because we don't have a coach really. So we're kind of just playing it by ear. Earlier today we were kind of sitting down and we were like, all right, let's drop some strats for Bank because we have a pretty good clubhouse down, but Bank is the one thing that we need to kind of take care of, and we still need to brush up on it a little bit. But I think that with some time and some good practice, we can create some better habits. So
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Dope, unless you have any more questions for him.
No, I should be good. Congrats on the win.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congrats again. And good luck in the rest of your season.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
You
with
guys have a good
that,
night.
that will be the end of our CEA Siege action for tonight. As always, we thank our sponsors NEU, Corsair, and Rogue Energy. And we are also having a giveaway, which if you're interested, you can see the details either in our Discord server or on our Twitter page at CEA_Siege, I think. Yeah, CEA_Siege. And we will also be having not another open game tomorrow. We'll be seeing an invite league clash between two of our teams. It's University of Akron and New York, I believe.
Yes.
So
NYT will be playing UA tomorrow.
New York Tech, excuse me, yeah. So be sure to tune in for that. It'll be a great time. Not casters as good as us, of course, but they'll be pretty good. Till then, I'm Seismic Viking,
I'm King of Dopenshire.
and we will see you guys tomorrow. Well, we won't see you. You'll see people tomorrow. But yeah, y'all have a good night.